Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian. I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in the capital city of British Columbia, Western Canada. I hope that all of you are having an awesome Friday so far and you're getting ready for your weekend, staying happy, staying healthy. Everybody, this class is focusing on IELTS Task 2 writing, and the topic will be using ChatGPT or artificial intelligence at work. Exciting. Students, this is a members chat class, so you need to be a member to join the chat, but of course there's lots of great learning to be had. To become a member of our channel, simply click the join button next to the subscribe button. Welcome Fuang, hi Domenico, Natty, Carolina, Fatmanur, nice to see all of you in the class. Good to have you all with me. This lesson is presented to you by aehelp.com. For academic IELTS help, visit us there. For general IELTS, visit us at gieltshelp.com. Task 2 is very similar for both the academic and the general versions of the test. Task 1 is different, so be aware of that. To learn more about these, you can visit our websites. We use our websites to power these live lessons. This is aehelp.com. You can join our premium IELTS package by clicking that big red button that's just above my head there. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access. We're an IDP affiliate. We're a British Council partner. We're an IELTS test registration center. You're in great hands with us. We've helped thousands of students succeed on their IELTS exam. For the general IELTS, it's gieltshelp.com, green background. Same idea. Click that big red button. That's just up there. And you are good to go. When you click that button, you can use the code TRIP for you. Again, as I said yesterday, we want to help everybody get to that trip of going to university, moving abroad. So TRIP for you will get you an extra 10% discount off the premium package. Welcome, Ricky Daniel Aurora. I see you just joined. That is awesome. Alexi, welcome. Nice to see another moderator joining in. Thank you for sharing those URLs in the chat with us. Alexi, I appreciate that. All right, students, let's get to it. We've got apps, of course, and we've got Instagram as well. So you can check that out when you have a moment. If you have questions, you can send us an email, adrian@aehelp.com or admin@aehelp.com. To get our exam books in physical paperback form, go to Amazon and search for our titles. AE Helps Academic IELTS, GE Helps General IELTS. Now, schedule, we've got task 2 right now, then we've got reading for subscribers. So if you are not sure yet whether you want to be a channel member, definitely subscribe. That is free. You get notifications of live classes, new materials, vocabulary, new videos. It's a very smart maneuver when you're getting ready for your IELTS exam. And do check out our most recent video uploads, everybody. We are always, every week, we're putting a new video up for IELTS learners to improve for their tests. So, and there's some of the most popular videos online, so check that out. There's the link for you in the chat. All right, students, let's jump into it. So IELTS writing task 2. The IELTS creators, which is the ESOL Examination Board, an arm of Cambridge University, one of the oldest universities in the world in England. They are arguably one of the key pieces to the establishment of standard English. So anyway, Cambridge does a really good job of coming up with writing questions. So task 2 questions for all the new exams, and they come up with a lot of different questions because IELTS is so popular and the questions get shared as soon as the exams are over. IELTS is always making newer and newer questions for everybody. So they like to pick topics that are popular, that are mainstream, that are viral globally, that people know about. So here, this topic is one that we came up with, but it could easily be a topic for your upcoming IELTS exam, because as I'm sure you will agree with me, computer intelligence and artificial intelligence with ChatGPT and with Google Bard has become very, very popular in the last few months. Has everybody heard about the evolution and the use of ChatGPT, or now coming online is, I think it's ChatGPT 4 now, like this. And then there's also Google Bard, like that. Has everybody heard about these new AI systems that are kind of taking the world by storm? It's a nice expression for you today. So these new publicly available computer AI systems are taking the world by storm. That's an expression which means becoming extremely popular worldwide very quickly. Okay, so taking the world by storm, taking something by storm. Remember that idiom. Okay, so Mal says yes, Fuang says yes, Dylan says unfortunately no, Chayani says yes, I frequently use ChatGPT, Bogdan says yes. Well, Dylan, if you haven't heard about it yet, you've heard about it now, and I promise you, you'll most likely hear about it within the next few weeks, if not sooner, from somebody else as well. Okay, Natty, same thing. If you haven't heard about it yet, get ready. You're going to hear about it very, very soon. They're quite impressive, these systems. It's a lot different than Google Assistant or Alexa or Siri. It's these are smart systems. You can get this, Natty. You can talk to them. They can have a conversation with you, and you feel like you're talking to a human. People are now being tricked by these systems. They can even lie about information. So very powerful computer AI. Anyway, let's get into this task 2 question. So these new computer AIs, they're being used by people as assistants, as helpers in day-to-day tasks. We'll find out how and what. I'll tell you about how we use them in our company, and maybe Chayani can let us know how she uses them in her day-to-day tasks. Bogdan bravely admits that I have even used ChatGPT 4 to write a report for university. All right. Domenico is trying to answer the task 2 question before we even get into it. Just wait up, Domenico. I know it's an exciting topic today, right? Well, the first step in task 2 is to read the question carefully, right? So step 1, read the question carefully. And again, I caution you, everybody, when you think, okay, well, I'm going to read it carefully. People are in a rush on the IELTS exam, so sometimes they don't. Still, one of the most common mistakes why students get low band scores in IELTS Task 2 is because they do not read the question carefully, and their essay does not accurately answer the question, even though they have good English. So you have to read the question carefully. The writing comes after the reading section, and people often kind of panic and really start rushing during the reading section, and that rushing continues into the writing. So don't rush in the writing section, especially not when you're looking at the questions, okay? So let's do this. Let's read the question carefully and then paraphrase it. And the reason I say paraphrase it is so that you know you understand the question. It's not your introduction necessarily, okay? But it's just another check to make sure that you understand what's going on. So let's do this. IELTS Task 2 Writing. By the way, I would absolutely not be surprised if some question like this came up on IELTS within the next month or two. So get ready for it. Okay, you should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Many people feel that artificially intelligent computer software can now be used effectively to replace human communication in the workplace, such as sending marketing emails. Others disagree. What do you believe and why? Use examples and explanations from your own experience. All right. Let's paraphrase this. That means let's say this question using our own words. I think Carolina's got a jump on it, which is good. This is what Carolina says is another way that we could potentially ask this same question. Let's take a look at it, Carolina. All right. So Carolina says, nowadays. Let me just move the question down so we can compare this. Okay. Yep. Okay. So nowadays, sure, a huge majority of individuals, huge majority, I don't know, Carolina, I'd be careful about that. So many people and a huge majority, I wouldn't go that far. Majority is not really in the question. I would say a lot of individuals. A lot is not necessarily the majority. It just means thousands or millions, right? But I don't know if I'd go that far. So a lot of individuals ascertain that artificial intelligence can be utilized to replace people's jobs, such as sending marketing emails. I don't know if it said replace people's jobs. It said replace communication. So the subject there is a little bit different. Again, here I would have to disagree. It's not talking about job replacement. It's talking about replacing communication. Replacing people's communication or interactions. Okay. Such as sending marketing emails, such as sending advertising messages, if we want to paraphrase that a bit. However, others think differently. Express your opinion with examples and explanations. Now it's a bit more accurate. So students, when you're paraphrasing, do make sure that you're not adding or you're not subtracting information from the original. That's very important, okay? So when you paraphrase the question, be 100% sure that you are not adding, changing, or subtracting information, because you can easily go off topic. So if I start writing about computers replacing humans at the workplace, it's a slippery slope. I could soon find myself writing a different essay, okay? We're not talking about replacing people. We're talking about replacing communication of employees, okay? All right. Alexi says, nowadays, a lot of people spot that AI computer software effectively replaces human responsibilities in the workplace, such as sending emails. Yes, that's good. So instead of writing human communication, we could use other words. Absolutely, I agree with you. Instead of communication, we could use interaction, responsibilities, duties. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, those would work. Absolutely. Those are close enough, I think. All right. Romelia, nice to have you with us. We haven't seen you in a while. I hope Life is okay. Let's take a page from Romelia. This is what Romelia has written for us. Romelia says, many people feel that artificially intelligent computer softwares, we don't count software, Romelia, interestingly enough. It's software. Many people feel that artificially intelligent computer software can now render human communication obsolete in the workplace, in assignments, such as sending marketing emails. Others disagree. I don't think the question is saying that it renders human communication obsolete, although it's not completely incorrect. Render human communication unnecessary. In certain aspects, like advertising communication. There. So that's a little bit more accurate, Romelia. Okay. Obsolete would be maybe a bit much, but you know, it's not bad. That one you could kind of work with. I agree. Okay. All right. So we've got some paraphrasing, and there are lots of different ways. Members, students, viewers, look at the different paraphrasing that the students in the class are putting in the chat. Choose your favorite one. Think about which one you think works the best. Okay, there are some really good ones there. So Fuang, Futmanur, Domenico all have some good paraphrasing there as well. So have a look at what vocabulary each member is using and learn it. Okay, there are some good examples of paraphrasing there. All right, so we've paraphrased the question. Now, next step. What do I do? So step one, I read the question carefully. I paraphrased it nice and quick. In the real IELTS exam, so far, this is exactly what you should be doing. Okay, so reading the question, paraphrasing it. This should only take you a minute. Okay, you have 40 minutes for this task. Take a minute for the reading and the paraphrasing. All right, it's worth that 1 minute to really get you thinking. All right. Okay, so step two. That's right, Fuang. Identify the topic, not the topic sentence, Carolina, the topic. Topic sentence, I know it's a bit confusing, but that's a little bit different, okay? Topic sentence is for body paragraphs. So here it's just the topic and the controlling idea, absolutely. You should never, ever write an essay without understanding the topic clearly and the controlling idea. Okay, so what's the topic? When you think about the topic, think about, what am I writing about? So what is the main subject of my essay? What am I writing about? So what is it, students? What's the topic? Carolina says the topic is usage of artificial intelligence in the workplace. Okay. Alexi says it's replacing human duties by AI and then erased it. I think, Alexi, you changed your mind. Fuang says artificial intelligent replacement of human. Okay. I think we're overthinking it. Romelia says it's the pros and cons of using AI in the workplace. And I think you accidentally hit your caps lock there, Romelia, which is fine. But yeah, I see that you replay. I would go a little bit simpler, student. I would just say artificial intelligence software. That's what I would say. Artificially intelligent software. That would be my choice for the topic. And then for the controlling idea, I would say the possibility, so the possibility of replacing human communication in the workplace by AI. Okay? So that's what I would say is the topic, and that's what I would say is the controlling idea. To me, when I look at that, it makes sense. It basically simplifies the question into these 2 points, and I think that it still covers the question. So one way to check your controlling idea in your topic is to ask yourself, does my topic and controlling idea give back all parts of the question accurately in a concise form? Okay? If your answer to this question is yes, then you most likely have a good topic and a good controlling idea. So, does my topic and controlling idea give back all parts of the question accurately in a concise form? Okay? I think it does. Okay, so we can go with this: artificially intelligent software and controlling idea, the possibility of replacing human communication in the workplace by AI. Does everybody agree that we can use these as the correct topic, controlling idea? Yes? Okay. Hopefully you agree with me. All right. Okay, students, so then we have to think critically, right? So think critically about the topic and the controlling idea, okay? So don't just jump to writing the essay. You have to think what, why, how, okay? About the topic and about the controlling idea. Alexi says the benefits and the disadvantages. Yeah, Alexi, when we say the possibility, so this word possibility is very important here. The word possibility includes this concept of benefits and negatives or disadvantages, right? That's what that word is targeting, okay? So think critically, okay? And let's do that. Give me some answers here, students. What is AI? It's a tricky question. And this is why it's dangerous to just jump right into the essay. So how would you define it? And please don't Google it. You don't have Google in the real exam, so use your own English, your own brain. Don't type, hey, ChatGPT, what is artificial intelligence? Can you write this essay for me? Too bad we can't use it in the IELTS exam, eh? Just imagine. All the more reason now for IELTS to be very strict about not allowing phones into the exam. People could be like, hey, ChatGPT, I've got this topic here. Can you write the essay? Yeah, could work. Even in the speaking, right? Examiner, how are you today? Just a second. Let me get ChatGPT to help me. Can you tell the examiner how I'm feeling today? Play sound, right? Okay. So let's see what you come up with. Natty says AI is software way to replace human abilities and communication. Natty, although you have the right idea, it doesn't actually explain the concept of AI. Okay? So we don't get it from that. Futmanur says it's a software that can interpret data and learn from it for further tasks. That is very good, Futmanur. So this is Futmanur's answer. Software. It is software that can interpret data inputs or information inputs, right? If we want to be a little bit more almost on the human side, we can say information inputs. Assess the value of information, learn from it, okay, and produce original content and opinion. Okay, how about that? So Fatmanur, I basically used what you said and I massaged it a little bit to make it even more descriptive, right? So Carolina says, AI is intelligence demonstrated by machines as opposed to the intelligence of humans. Carolina, that's okay as well, but it doesn't actually explain to the audience what intelligence really is. So when you're thinking about your what, why, how, and students, this is really where the magic happens. So when you do a good job of this, this is where you can really have a good essay, okay? So when you are giving the answers to the what, why, how, you must avoid using the same terms as what you are defining. So in this case, artificial or intelligence. Okay. You must avoid circular reasoning. And abstract thought. Okay. So when you are thinking about your ideas to put your essay together, your goal is to use definitive explanations with easy to understand logic and quantification. Okay, so you need to bring the concepts into real terms. Okay, so even here with my definition, what is artificially intelligent software? It is software that can interpret. It is inorganic machine computation, right? So if I don't want to repeat the word software, it is inorganic machine computation that can interpret information inputs, assess the value of information, learn from it, and produce original content and opinion. Okay? So, does everybody agree, or can everybody agree, I should say, with my definition of what is artificially intelligent software? And I think that, you know, now perhaps all of you recognize why having this definition is so important before we write this essay, because it becomes a critical element of all of the different explanations and examples and thoughts that progress forward in this situation, right? Okay. So everybody good with that? Yes? Okay. Now so what's the next question? Okay, so instead of me giving you this, what should be the next question? So again, I'm looking at this, and it's a good idea to go back to the original task 2, read it, think about the what, why, how, practice this at home. Make this so that it's very quick when you're in the real exam, okay? So you should spend about 40 minutes on the task. Many people feel that artificially intelligent computer software can now be used effectively to replace human communication in the workplace, such as sending marketing emails. Others disagree. What do you believe and why? So what should be the next part of this process? What should be my next question? Okay. So what do you think? So Alexi says, why do a lot of people think that AI can replace them? Why AI can be used effectively? Now, this is just the topic. It's not the controlling idea yet. So students, always you want to do topic, what, why, how, and you want to do controlling idea. What, why, how. And then you're going to end up with a great thesis. Okay, that's what we're going towards. All right, so that's the idea here. So we don't want to jump from the topic what all the way to the controlling idea why. Okay. We need this why, and we need this how, and we need this what, and we need that how. So we need all of that. Okay, Alexa says, why is it important to know about AI? Carolina says, why can AI replace human communication? Fong says, why does AI bring benefits for humans in the workplace? Okay. Let's step back a bit. So think simple, everybody. How about this question? Why are humans so interested to create AI? How about that question? Okay. So why are we so interested? Why do we invest billions of dollars, and why do we invest millions of hours to create AI? So what is the whole purpose of AI? Why even do it, right? So why do it? Why make AI? What do you think? Yeah, exactly. Mal, so if you look at this, Mal has a different way of asking the same question, and it's a good question. So Mal says, why was AI invented in the first place? So what are we doing with it? Okay, what's the reason? All right, what would be the answer to this? So what do you think? Why are humans so interested to create AI? And this will help you to come up with better questions and answers. All right, Alexi says, this technology can help humans in their work, their communication, and future breakthroughs. Fatmanur says, many tasks can be done by AI fast and effectively. Okay, Mal says, to make life easier. Sure. To save time and energy on day-to-day tasks. Okay, to improve work efficiency, to assist with social, cultural, and technological evolution, right? Nadi says to control and reduce expenses. So all of those to control and reduce expenses. Time and energy. Those are some really important words to remember for IELTS. Okay? Because saving time and energy is a very, very big part of human existence. Okay? Why is that? By the way, students, why do you think that when we're talking about IELTS writing and when we're talking about IELTS speaking, we often come back to these two pieces, time plus energy, are very important concepts to remember and use for IELTS for many topics. Why? Why is that? Okay. What do you think? Why do we keep coming back to time and energy, time and energy? Okay. What's the reason behind that? What do you think? Why is that such an important response to so many questions that appear in IELTS Task 2 writing or in many of the IELTS speaking questions as well? Bogdan says they are limited because these currencies are limited. Yes. Fundamental to human life. Fuang, yes. Yes, we all share it, right? They are finite, right? So they're limited, they're finite. Absolutely. Okay, they're fundamental to human life. Why else? The amount is often unknown, right? This is an important one, everybody. We don't know how much we have. So compared to money, right? Where money, you know how much you have. You know how much you have in your wallet. You know how much you have in your bank account. You have a pretty good idea of how much you can spend, right? We don't know about how much time and energy we have overall. We know that we have some. We continuously try to build it. We continuously use it, right? But we don't know how much we have. So none of us knows when we are set to expire. It's just an impossibility, right? And there's one more reason. Don't forget, Fatmanur says it's life itself. It is the most valuable of currencies or assets. Okay, so there's nothing more valuable in human life than our time and our energy. And some people, I'm a parent, might say, hey, our kids are more valuable. Our kids are an extension of our time and energy. Okay, so our children are an extension. Now, obviously, we can see here that AI in a big way feeds into this because AI is an exceptionally powerful way to maximize time and energy, right? Would you agree? So does everybody see why I digress, why I made this very, very important kind of footnote in today's lesson about time and energy? I keep talking about it, and I know that a lot of you know this information, but I want you to really just clearly conceptualize why time and energy are such good points to keep in mind for your thesis or for your explanations, because it is in essence the most valuable part of our human existence. And a lot of people don't really think about that enough. They think more about money, they think more about possessions, buying the new pair of shoes that they want, and they neglect to conceptualize or to appreciate the value of time and money, right? Okay. So, why are humans so interested to create AI to make life easier, to save time and energy on day-to-day tasks, right? That's a big part. We want to live longer, we want to have more energy, and we want to have more time for all of the activities and people that we love and we care about. Okay. All right. So how does AI exist? This is a simple one. And Natty, this is where you'll learn something interesting if you haven't seen it yet. So it has become extremely popular since the start of 2023, actually the end of 2022, but doesn't matter, you don't have to be, with open source software like ChatGPT and now Google Bard, and I think there's a couple other ones as well. Okay, all right. So then we jump to the what, why, how of the controlling idea. So what does it mean to replace human communication in the workplace by AI? Okay, so what does that actually mean? So that means that software is analyzing and responding to questions, requests, and expectations in place of an employee, right? So that's what it means. So software looks at the communication, it analyzes the communication and responds. So why is this a benefit or a negative? It can save time or money, time and money, to improve work efficiency. It can make mistakes and cost time and money, right? So that's the negative, simply. And I'm just going through that quickly now because we talked about what the ultimate reason is. So it's in my head, right? So how does this work? When you think about how does this work, think about an example. The example is extremely important, okay? And the question sometimes will provide you with the example. All right, so here the example, when it's in the question, use the one that's in the question, okay? All right, so here it is the communication about marketing. All right, so marketing communication is the example here. Now, of course, we want to take that one step further. So you want to create an imaginary example of a marketing communication where AI is doing the work. So the AI sends an email after analysis instructing a colleague to create a Google ad for a cosmetic company to promote its latest red color lipstick. Okay, so here what you want to do when you are going to write an effective essay is to really think specifically. So bring it into the real world, right? So you have to be able to think from top down, general ideas, all the way to very specific ideas. And you want to be able to turn that pyramid upside down and think from the very specific idea down to the general idea. So the AI just said, hey, create an ad that is promoting the latest red colored lipstick for our customers, and that'll be great. We'll make lots of money. All right. What could go wrong? last famous words, right? What could go wrong? All right. Now, of course, this is up to your opinion. So your essay could go either way. So if you believe that the software is now good enough to make these communications on its own 100% confidently, then fine, that's great. If you believe that it would be extremely dangerous for the company to just go on what the AI has just said, then maybe go a different direction, right? So here's the question, okay? This is the question I would ask myself here, right? And it's like, how do I decide which side to go on? Okay, so how can I decide which side to take and what to argue? Okay, be empathetic. Put yourself in the position of the company. Okay, so what I mean by this is, think about it like this way. You are the CEO of this makeup company. Would you feel comfortable and approve the AI sending this communication without human interaction, or without any human interference or control? Okay, that's the question that we're asking here. What's your answer to this question, members? So, okay, Carolina says this needs human supervision, otherwise it would be wrong. Alexi says no. Fatmanir says nope. Alexi says yes, sure. See, so in this case, Alexi, you could probably go with the yes side, that you agree that AI is now good enough to replace human communication and the value of saving time and money is present. So you could go that direction, and you could absolutely write an essay in that way. If you feel no, then you have to ask yourself, why not? Okay, so why not? Okay, why would you not do that? So why would you not entrust the AI? Okay, there has to be a reason, right? You have to believe that there's something wrong with the AI, which does not allow it to replace human communication. Why not? What is it lacking that human communication or human intelligence has? Okay, so what do you think? All right, what do you think? So why not then? If you have to be able to answer this, otherwise you don't have an argument, right? You can't just go by your gut feeling, okay? Remember this, students. You cannot write an essay from a position of prejudice without logical reasoning. You can't say AI should not be trusted because I hate computers. So that's not going to make for an effective essay. This is where we're doing academic writing. Academic writing is not about feeling. So you cannot write an essay from a position of prejudice without logical reasoning, or a position of prejudice or emotional charge. Right? It has to have logic. Okay? All right. So Domenico says sometimes the use of the words in the message is not really accurate. Okay, so Domenico says accuracy. So the AI is often inaccurate. Okay, so Domenico, inaccurate would be one reason for no, and that would be one of your body paragraphs, okay? So, yeah, exactly. Natty, it's not about whether you like it or not. It's about writing logically. It's about writing the easier response, right? So the AI is often inaccurate. What else do you think the AI might lack? Okay, that humans have. And I found this. So and of course, if you have used ChatGPT or if you have used Google Bard, then you may or may not find this to be true. I found this to be true. Okay. Fatmanur says, AI might not have the best possible answer because in human communication, there are many idioms that it can be understood inaccurately. Maybe. Romelia says, at the end of the day, AI is a human built product. Natty says, it lacks empathy. Okay. And one other one that I would say is lack of creativity. So I've seen AI come up with some very clever thoughts, and I've seen it come up with some very clever graphics, but when I compare it to human creativity, I don't think that we have a match yet. So I think human creativity still far supersedes that of AI. I'm not sure if you found this to be true. So I haven't really seen the AI coming up with profound concepts where it's just like, wow, that was such a different way of looking at it. That's amazing, right? So the AI is inaccurate, unempathetic, and it lacks creativity compared to a human. Now, is that true? Maybe, maybe not. Alexei might disagree. Alexei might say, that's not true. I think it can match on all of those fronts. So you never know, right? But for me personally, I'm going to go with these opinions, right? So we could go with either side. Now I can compose my thesis, okay? So go ahead and write the thesis statement, okay? So here we go. Thesis, okay? I do not think that AI should replace human communication in the workplace just yet, as it is not able to produce highly accurate and creative work. Okay? That's what I would do for my thesis statement, okay? So I do not think that AI should replace human communication in the workplace just yet, as it is not able to produce highly accurate and creative work. With this argument, I feel that I can write 2 good body paragraphs and a conclusion. Do you agree with me on this? So do you feel that with this thesis statement, so I have my introduction, I have my hook, I have my my background, and then I have this thesis, that it's going to formulate a fairly good essay that's worth reading, that you'd be interested to read and form your own opinion. Do you agree with it? Okay. Carolina has this... And now, Carolina, within this, of course, we could eventually state as the take-home message that AI is a great assistant, but should not be trusted completely to communicate on its own in replacement of employees, right? Okay. So, Alexi, that would be the benefit. So the benefit would be that it's able to assist in communication, but not replace communication, right? So here it says, which do you believe in the original question, right? What do you believe and why? So it has to be one side. Okay, got it? All right. Natty says, yes, I think that would be an essay worth reading. So let's get into it, okay? Now, you know, I know a lot of our viewers, and I know members, you get me. So I know a lot of our viewers are like, why is he spending so much time thinking about, you know, how to plan, how to write such an essay? Why don't we just focus on writing that task 2 essay, give me the essay, write the sample essay, I'll learn the vocabulary, I'll copy that if I get this kind of a question, and I'm good to go. Well, viewers, that's not the way it works. IELTS is very clever at coming up with different questions for every exam, and a good essay will only happen if you have good ideas. So if you have the right approach, and that can make your essay simpler, faster, better, higher band score. Copying templates is a very painful and slow way to try to get a band 6 or a 6.5. Okay. Natty says we have the time. Right, we have the time. No, planning. It's all about planning. It's all about planning. I'm always amazed these days when I'm looking at the construction of buildings in Victoria. It seems so long for them to start the project. Like it's like 2 years for them to start this project to build this huge 20-story building. But when they start, like magic, in like 1 year, it's built from ground up. People have moved in and it's done. I'm like, how did they do that? Well, it's because they plan it. They have such good planning on the workforce, the materials, the logistics, and it takes them a long time. That takes them 3-4 years. But once they've planned it, like magic, that skyscraper or that big building is completed in a year. And it's just like, wow, really? That's why planning is so effective, right? Futmanur, very good question. So Futmanur says, how much time should I spend on planning in the exam? That's a great question. So Futmanur, great question. Great. That's the right question. As much time as you need. So to quantify that, I would say minimum 4 to 5 minutes. And even up to 10 minutes if you are not coming up with good ideas. I mean, at least eventually you have to write, right? So you have to start writing. But if you're really stuck for ideas, you can spend as much as 10 minutes, especially if you've got good typing speed and good English. I mean, I made that mistake when I took the IELTS once. I planned for about 5 minutes, and I think if I had planned for longer, I could have had better ideas and just written a shorter essay, because I wrote like 580 words in 30 minutes, which is too much anyways. So I should have just planned for like 10 minutes and written for just 30 minutes. So minimum 4 to 5 minutes, and then even up to 10 minutes if you are not coming up with ideas. Okay, I know that some of you might think that's crazy, but it's absolutely true. Okay. All right, let's write this essay, everybody. So first comes the introduction. Now we're going to move nice and smooth, because once you have all these ideas, you're putting them together. The planning isn't useless. It's not just a bag of ideas that we take and we throw over our shoulders once we start writing. So the introduction here is the hook, right? Okay, an interesting fact about the topic. So when you start, read the question again, and do this with me, members. So let's write this together. You write and I write, and we'll check as we progress, okay? Yeah, and Carolina, you're absolutely right. Leave about 3, 4, maybe even 5 minutes at the end to check for mistakes. So many people feel that artificially intelligent computer software can now be used effectively to replace, and here's the other word too, right? Effectively, to replace human communication. in the workplace, such as sending marketing emails. Others disagree. What do you believe and why? Okay. So, hook. Millions of employees have started using artificially intelligent computer software to communicate in the workplace since January 2023. Okay, now if you know this fact, great. It is a fact. People are doing this. So millions of employees have started using artificially intelligent computer software to communicate in the workplace since January 2023. What do we mean by this, right? So definition. Okay, all right. So workers have entrusted software to analyze, consider, and respond to customer and colleague inquiries, Okay, so workers have entrusted software to analyze, consider, and respond to customer and colleague inquiries to save time and money, potentially at the success or failure of the company. Okay, so the definition is also the importance, right? So why is this important? Well, because using AI software could lead to the greater success of the company, or it could lead to the failure of the company, which of course leads ultimately to that worker having a job or not having a job, right? And then my thesis. Okay, so this is the structure of a Band 9 or academic essay according to standard essay rules, not according to Adrian's method. It is the standard rules of persuasive essay writing at the academic level that is taught to students worldwide in high schools and colleges and universities, right? So this is the introduction here, and then I'll take a look at what you've come up with. So this is my introductory paragraph. Millions of employees have started using artificially intelligent computer software to communicate in the workplace since January 2023. Workers have entrusted software to analyze, consider, and instead of workers, I can use administrators, right? Have entrusted software to analyze, consider, and respond to customer and colleague inquiries to save time and money, potentially at the success or failure of the company. So, definition of what's going on and why this is important, right? I do not think, so here I would say, however, I do not think that AI should replace human communication in the workplace just yet, as it is not able to produce highly accurate and creative work. Okay? Now, if I want to use the acronym AI in this case is an acronym, artificial intelligence, so taking the first letter of each word, AI, then I want to include that up here in brackets. And now I don't need to write artificial intelligence anywhere else in the essay. I can just use AI. Okay? Everybody got that? So when you introduce an acronym, introduce it early in your writing. Okay? And then you can use that acronym throughout the essay. Okay? Okay, everybody is good with that point? That's an important point. You shouldn't be writing long terms again and again. It takes a lot of time and it's not academic. Okay, everybody got that? So you introduce it as soon as you can, especially when it's the topic, and then you give the acronym, and now you can use the acronym in the rest of your essay, like here. Okay? All right. Okay, got it? Don't start with the acronym. Yeah, Chayani, you picked that up. It's good. Okay? So you have to start with the full term, give the acronym, and then you can use the acronym, even if it's a well-known acronym. Okay? All right. Nat, yeah, AI is a broader term than just ChatGPT. ChatGPT is an example of AI and an example of what people are using. Absolutely. Okay. Fuang has this hook to say. So Fuang says, with the advancement of technology, artificial intelligence software has been operated by billions of people globally since 2023. It could be, Chayani, it could be over 1 billion people now, for sure. So maybe it is. Yeah, it's a good hook. With the advancement of technology, artificially intelligent software, AI, has been operated by billions of people globally since 2023 to communicate at work. Okay? Couple of missing pieces there, Fuang. Pay attention to that. All right? Otherwise, pretty good. Okay? Domenico. Artificially intelligent tools. Yeah, we could do that. Have brought about a significant change in our lives in... Let's just target, Domenico. Let's not be broad. In the workplace since the beginning of the new year. Capital N, capital Y. Okay? Now, Domenico, you've got a clean hook. Okay? Natty. Although AI, okay, so again, Natty, you have to start here, and I think this might be your thesis, Natty. It doesn't look like a hook. Is necessary in the big corporations. I do not agree that AI should replace human communication, as it is not accurate and it does not have empathy, as it is not accurate and empathetic. Okay. So, Natty, parallel grammar. Okay, it is not accurate. It is not empathetic. This is called parallel grammar. Good writing has parallel grammar forms. It's more concise. It's easier to read, easier to comprehend. It's an important correction. Got that, Natty? That's not just for Natty, that's for everybody. So having non-parallel grammar or grammar forms in your writing leads to lower band scores and problems, okay? All right? Okay, so careful with that. All right, think about word forms, right? What's the word form? What's the noun form? Natty's got it. Awesome. Okay, so now we jump to the first point, which is highly accurate. Okay, in my thesis, that's point 1. Highly accurate. Okay, topic sentence. All right. So in the extremely competitive business world of today, it is vital for companies to produce work that is extremely accurate in order to avoid costly mistakes, and AI is unable to do this without human supervision. Okay, so this would be my body paragraph 1 topic sentence. I basically take my point 1 and I define it in a more precise way. I reiterate the concept. I state it again, but with more detail for the reader of like, okay, what am I actually talking about here, right? So this is body paragraph 1. And as I've said many times before, body paragraph 1 has a topic sentence. And then a lot of people hear supporting points. Well, okay, what is that, right? So supporting points means an explanation, example, connecting sentence. Okay, that's what you want for your body paragraph. Okay, so keep going, students. Fatmanur, I see that you've got some good writing there. Fatmanur says, in this period of technology, artificial intelligence, small a, and then AI, Fatmanur provides assistance to employees for communication. Simplify, Fatmanur. Bogdan says there have been competing views whether artificial intelligence, AI, can replace human interaction. Bogdan, that works too. So you're presenting the argument. That's fine. Yes. Alexi says, since the start of 2023, AI is taking the world by storm. Love it. Love it. Alexi, it's so smart to use new vocabulary that I'm teaching you. So notice the hook that that Alexi is using here. And it catches the attention, absolutely, of the reader. So good job, Alexi. Use new vocabulary. Since the start of 2023, now, Alexi, use the full term first. Artificial intelligent or artificially intelligent software AI is taking the world by storm. Especially because of its extremely great potential to replace humans' work responsibilities in more effective ways. Especially for work communication. Okay? Keep your hook concise and simple. But I love how you used that that expression that I taught you. So since the start of 2023, artificially intelligent software, AI, is taking the world by storm, especially for work communication or work communications. In this case, we can use the plural. Okay, this is a band 9 hook, everybody. Okay, that's what the examiners are looking for as far as natural language, powerful writing, staying on topic, introducing the topic, catching the reader's attention with the first sentence of the introduction. Okay. All right. Good. Awesome, everyone. Okay, so we keep going, and now we explain this, right? So, topic sentence. In the extremely competitive business world of today, it is vital for companies to produce work that is highly accurate in order to avoid costly mistakes, and AI is unable to do this without human supervision. Okay. Frequently, emails and other documents that are generated by AI contain mistakes in logic and empathy for the intended audience, which can cost the company both reputation and finances. Okay? All right. So here is my explanation. Okay? Frequently, emails and other documents that are generated by AI contain mistakes in logic and empathy for the intended audience, which can cost the company both reputation and finances. All right? Now, here you can write an example and you can make it personal. Okay? When I used ChatGPT, and you can make it up thinking about the example in the question, in your introduction, and then here, right? Okay. All right. So the example, when I used ChatGPT, I hope ChatGPT is not listening to me and then stops the internet from working. No, let's not give it that much control just yet. Okay, when I use ChatGPT to generate a response to a colleague in regards to an upcoming makeup ad campaign, in our cosmetics company, there were at least a dozen corrections with not only the tone of the essay, expressing urgency, but also with the specific details of the advertisement. Now, students, I'm writing a fairly long, complex sentence here, and of course, in the IELTS, they are looking for complex sentences. So notice here I'm using the when I. So when I, of course, is a condition. It's a real condition, right? Not if I, but when I. Using real conditions is better, even though it's just made up, okay? You want to be concise, you can write it in 2 sentences. The concept here is more important than the specific words or the grammar, okay? So when I use ChatGPT, an AI software, to generate a response to a colleague in regard to an upcoming makeup ad campaign in our cosmetic company, comma, that's the end of the dependent clause. Now here comes the independent clause. There were at least a dozen corrections with not only the tone of the essay, expressing the urgency, but also with specific details of the advertisement. Okay? So that is my example. And then here, my connecting concluding sentence. Okay, this is one of 2 reasons that AI should not be permitted to replace human communication at the workplace just yet. Okay, and then body paragraph 2. Another reason that AI is unable to. Okay. So that's where body paragraph 2 would start. Now, what I want to do at this point is I want to look at the question And then I want to read what I have so far to make sure that it makes sense and it's the quality and the type of communication that is effective for the audience. So here is the original question, and hang in there, everybody. I've got a really fun and exciting kind of way to to finish this class. You're gonna like it. You're gonna love it. So here is the original question. Okay. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Many people feel that artificially intelligent computer software can now be used effectively to replace human communication in the workplace, such as sending marketing emails. Others disagree. What do you believe and why? Use examples and explanations from your own experience. Okay, now here's my response. Millions of employees have started using artificially intelligent AI computer software to communicate in the workplace since January 2023. Administrators have entrusted software to analyze, consider, and respond to customer and colleague inquiries to save time and money, potentially at the success or failure of the company. However, I do not think that AI should replace human communication in the workplace just yet, as it is unable to produce highly accurate and creative work. In the extremely competitive business world of today, it is vital for companies to produce work that is highly accurate, precise, in order to avoid costly mistakes, and AI is unable to do this without human supervision. Frequently, emails and other documents that are generated by AI contain mistakes in logic and empathy for the intended audience, which can cost the company both reputation and finances. When I use ChatGPT and AI software to generate a response to a colleague in regard to an upcoming makeup ad campaign in our cosmetics company, there were at least a dozen corrections with not only the tone of the essay expressing the urgency, but also with the specific details of the advertisement. This is one of two reasons that AI should not be permitted to replace human communication at the workplace just yet. I have a very exciting and fun homework assignment for you, and a very interesting way to finish this essay. Okay, so check this out. Some of you might be inside of my head if you've known me long enough and know what I'm thinking. Like, I know what Adrian's gonna do. Do you though? Do you? So here's the homework. Finish this essay, body 2, and the conclusion on your own first. Then use ChatGPT to finish the essay. Send the essay to admin@aehelp.com, and let's see if our experts can figure out the AI version from your true version. Okay, I'm going to do the same. So I am going to complete body paragraph 2 and then get ChatGPT to do it. And let's see if you can figure out which one is mine and which one is ChatGPT's. I will post it in the next day, within the next 24 hours, on our YouTube community post. So I will do the same and post it on our community, and post both, I should say, both on our community board. See if you can figure out which one is mine and which one is the AI's. How's that for a fun exercise? Okay. All right. It'll be a fun little way to finish this essay. Students, that's it in a nutshell. We're going to learn about AI, we're going to learn about IELTS and English, all in one fell swoop, as they say. All in one fell swoop. One fell swoop. There you go. All right, students, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. And we've got another class coming up for you in 30 minutes. That will be a reading class for subscribers. So everybody watching, if you want to join the next class in 30 minutes, in the chat, make sure to subscribe. And everybody, be sure to go to aehelp.com for academic IELTS and gieltshelp.com for general IELTS, and join our premium IELTS package. Alexi, thank you for putting that link in the chat. The website looks like this, and you can click these red buttons that are just right above my head there to join the premium version of our course and become better communicators in English. For general IELTS, gieltshelp.com, green background, click that big red button there. Students, that's it for this class. But again, I'm back in 30 minutes with lots more, with reading, a reading passage for the academic or for section 3 of general. Take a break, grab a glass of water, stretch your legs, and I'll see you shortly. Bye for now, everybody.